watching CBS News continuing coverage of Showdown in the Gulf. From CBS News headquarters in New York, here is Dan Rather.
Deeper we go into day 2 of the Gulf War. Here are among the storylines of the hour. The U.S. loses another warplane, its second officially, and the Allies' fifth officially. Iraq hits Israel with 8 conventional warhead Scud missiles. No Israeli retaliation yet, but neighbor Jordan goes on its highest military alert. Another wave of Allied warplanes blasts Iraq, hitting back for the Scud attack on Israel. U.S. F-16s took off from their bases in Saudi Arabia to carry out President Bush's order to hit Iraqi targets again. Mr. Bush gave the order to retaliate for Iraq's missile attack against Israel. Now, there was some damage from the 8 Scud missiles that landed in Tel Aviv and Haifa and other Israeli areas tonight, but only a dozen minor injuries are reported, and it turned out that none of the Saddam Hussein missiles were tipped with any chemical warheads. This is typical of the damage that was caused by those Scud missiles. In Washington, Israel's ambassador said his country had warned that Saddam Hussein was capable of such a move.
We knew that this was a calculated risk. We have now, unfortunately, been forced to give the proof that this actually happened.
Israel's chief of staff, the chief of the Israeli military staff, says the Iraqi attacks warrant an Israeli response, but so far there is no sign that this is occurring. A second U.S. warplane apparently has gone down, but the loss reportedly is not being confirmed officially because there's some hope that the crew can still be rescued. Now, Ed Bradley's been monitoring reaction in this country to what's going on and also reaction abroad. Ed, these reports that Jordan's military have been placed on their highest alert, first time since the 1967 war that's been done.
It's the highest alert they've had since the 1967 war. And I think Jordan is we tend to overlook Jordan because of what's going on around it, but they're very much a country caught in the middle. If there were to be a ground war involving Iraq going to Israel, for example, they've got to come through Jordan. And the likelihood is if Israel retaliates with an airstrike against Iraq, there's a good possibility that they'd have to go over Jordan. And I think King Hussein is looking at the at people in his country and worried if they will have a country. If there's instability there, if there's chaos there. As one person said, that Israel's looking at the tremendous number of Soviet Jews who are coming in daily, almost daily, to Israel now. They can move the Palestinians out of the West Bank, out of the occupied territories, and into Jordan and make that the Palestinian state. And I don't think King Hussein wants that. So I think that the Jordanians were very much afraid tonight that there might be a retaliatory strike against them because of Iraq's strike against Tel Aviv tonight. And a senior Jordanian military official has said that it was their highest state of alert since 1967. The 20,000 troops that are deployed along the border with Israel were put on a state of alert, and we're quoting here, for any possible Israeli surprise response to the Iraqi attack. A Jordanian official was quoted as saying that his country expected a severe Israeli response to the Iraqi missile attack in Tel Aviv and a nearby suburb. But it's morning there now. It's, as you know, Friday, the day of rest, a day of prayer for Muslims, so that call has gone out to go to the mosques and pray.
Excuse me one moment, Ed. Perhaps we can get a map up of the area, and maybe a little easier for some people who are not all that familiar with the geography of the area to follow. It's a very important point about the Jordanians fully expecting the Israelis